I'm John Derry. This is Carl Kugler. Welcome to another quick episode of Grub Masters.
A quick one. We're going to show you how to make gravy to go with that tremendous trash can turkey we made on an earlier episode.
Or really any turkey gravy for that matter, right? You don't have to do it, but we just happen to do the trash can turkey, and we're not going to let that golden molten goodness go to waste. So.
Yeah. We talked about in that other episode how we set up the Dutch oven to be able to collect the juices and not let them go to waste or make a bigger mess that we had to clean up. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some gravy. And John, why don't you take a nice shot of that gravy that's been bubbling in there. That's just straight off the bird that's been bubbling down in there.
So we've done nothing to this in that Dutch oven. And now, okay, so we're going to thicken it.
We're going to thicken it.
Agent.
We've got some Wondra. My grandmother taught me about this, God rest her soul, about this great stuff for making, it's enriched all-purpose flour, but it's got a different blend to it, and it doesn't give you those lumps and cooks in easier. You could also use cornstarch, but we're going with the Wondra. We've got some in the bowl here. I've got probably about 8 tablespoons, and then I'm going to make a slurry. I'm going to add some water here. This will help incorporate it and get rid of those the possibility of lumps. So just very quickly, just doing a quick slurry. One of the other things we're going to do as we get this together is we're going to add, you may think I went a little heavy on the Wondra, but we also have some chicken stock. Now we're probably a couple too many weeks away from Thanksgiving where I couldn't come up with the turkey broth, but this will taste just as good as we make the gravy.
So the lumps that are going to be in our gravy is going to be more of that turkey solid stuff that didn't quite break down and drip down.
That goodness.
Not the chewy, nasty lumps.
Little pockets of flour.
Grandma Thomas would not like that.
So just going to get as much of that slurry out of there as I can.
Now you could do this over a stove. In this case, we have the coals left over from our trash can turkey, providing still a lot of heat. And you can see that just steaming now.
This is looking great. John's going to hand me, doesn't know it yet, but he's going to hand me some of that chicken broth.
Chicken broth?
And we'll get some of that chicken broth right in here. This is already starting to thicken up, and it's going to get too thick if I'm not careful. John, why don't we start with about half of that? I forget what size that is. It's a little bit bigger than a quart.
Should we like half of this?
Yeah, let's start with half of that. This is 48 ounces. I'm going to go about half of that. In worst case, we could always add a little more slurry. Now remember, we have all the seasoning that was on that turkey. We had seasoned the turkey with an all-purpose poultry type seasoning. So all that goodness and flavor from that, as well as a little saltiness from that, as well as the broth that we just added, would lead us to want to get this up to temp before we go and doctor it at all with any other seasoning. Now, one of the great things is all the coals, I think John mentioned, as we pulled that trash can off of that turkey, are all around this Dutch oven, and just making it a nice bubbly solution here to help break down and dissolve that flour mixture and incorporate and thicken up our gravy, so we have a great gravy to go over that delicious trash can turkey that we just made.
Carl, this has already got a great turkey gravy color to it. I mean, it's nice.
It is.
All right, so we'll save you a lot of whisking time, and we're just going to check in with you when it's all done. All right, so this turkey gravy looks amazing. I mean, it smells so good. My mouth is watering.
Look at that steam coming off of that.
And we're just going to really kind of just mess with you guys. We're going to pour it into a nice clear bowl so you could see it, and then we're going to give it a quick taste.
Try to get it in the bowl. Look at that.
Yeah, it's nice and thick. Now, you know, of course with gravy, you could go as thick or as thin as you want. This is, I'd say, medium, and this is going to be great over our turkey.
Let's see how this tastes first. Oh.
I could just sit on the couch and just drink this out of a sports bottle all day long.
With a straw.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's thin enough.
This is really good. All right. Well, I hope we showed you how easy it is to make turkey, especially over some charcoal. It's really add heat, a little Wondra, a little chicken broth. If you could get turkey broth, do it. And this is just great. Wow.
Nothing like turkey gravy to go with that trash can turkey that we made in the earlier episode. And it's pretty simple, and it's enjoyable, and it really tops off the meal.
I wish I could double dip. This is so good. All right, we'll see you next time.
Take care.